You're listening to Weather with Enthusiasm. Sunday, October 29th. A powerhouse cold front has stalled over the Texas area, and this is really going all the way from the upper Midwest down into the Texas area. It's not going to stall for long, however, as a secondary area, second punch of Arctic air, much stronger than the first, pushes the first one out and moves through the Texas area for tonight. Now, listen to this. Nothing could be more remarkable than this across the entire country. This is probably the most remarkable city. Go to Rio Grande Village, Texas. High temperatures well into the 80s today. Highs tomorrow of 42 degrees. So we have what's phenomenal over there is that within just a mere 24 hours, we will be seeing what happened here in Chicago. It took a week for this to happen, a 7-day cycle where temperatures last Tuesday, high was 83 degrees. We will be seeing highs in the low 40s for Monday, probably even upper 30s on Tuesday. Very similar to what Rio Grande Village is getting, but they are doing it all within 24 hours from the 80s into the low 40s. In regards to the below average index, nothing is higher than South Texas. Although temperatures will be in the 50s, sounds relatively mild. High temperatures in the 90s with high humidity is expected today, and it has been that way for the past couple of days. So hot and humid weather will be replaced by much colder conditions. We're not going to see highs in the 40s, but highs in the 50s. It's good news for people who want mild weather is that the zonal flow returns Wednesday for everywhere. This everywhere, including Minneapolis, including Chicago. So Chicago gets its most intense Arctic air, which it's a moderated form of Arctic air. So many are calling it a Canadian, back in Montana, it was an Arctic front. The Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is used, they associate Arctic air with much colder conditions. They're calling it a Canadian front at this point, but temperatures will be sub 40 degrees. It did originate from a displacement of the polar vortex, but that's the high on Tuesday. We have a minor weather system also coming through the upper Midwest on Tuesday. This one will be affecting Chicago, bringing some precipitation. Therefore, forecasts calls for areas of snow showers around on Tuesday evening. It is a weak system. The weak systems are more predictable, more reliable, but they're weaker. Nothing too exciting going on with that. Just a cold Tuesday, breezy, along with snow showers at times, especially the afternoon and evening. We go into the zonal flow. It's just instant warm-up. It's just amazing how the winds become southwest so quickly, even here in Chicago and Minneapolis, all at the same time as temperatures warm back up. 50s, probably even 60s. The next big storm that all eyes might be turning to, if it continues to be on the signal, on the radar screen, especially with the European model, even the GFS model, comes Tuesday, November 7th. It's, of course, way too early, but we're going to do it anyways. The new snowfall accumulations for Tuesday, November 7th, we have quite a range of about 10 to 18 inches of snow dropping in the upper Midwest, Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Again, this is 10 days from now. Will it happen? Well, that we're just going to have to wait and see. Other things going on in our country right now, we have tremendous rain that's going on across the southern plains. That's going to continue for today. We have in the Florida area, temperatures going into the low 90s today for Cape Coral, Florida. And then the cooler temperatures hit over there later in the week. This is going to be the 8th consecutive week of rainy conditions across New York City. Winter weather advisories are in effect for portions of Maine for 3 to 6 inches of snow over there. And we have heavy snow occurring in Denver, Colorado. 2 inches of snow, additional snowfall accumulations expected. I believe they've already seen between 3 and 8 inches. If they haven't, they haven't. But that's what I believe is happening. We have a storm right now bringing heavy snow across portions of the Colorado up into the upper Midwest. That's responsible for, again, heavy snowfall accumulations, especially over the Denver, Colorado area. We have winter weather advisories in effect for portions of New Mexico as well. And we do have snow occurring across portions of Kansas. Now, here's the other thing. Texas, winter weather advisories are in effect for many areas of Texas. The Texas Panhandle, we've spoken about. Norman, Oklahoma, known for its severe weather watches and warnings, they have issued a winter weather advisory in effect for portions of Oklahoma. This is all due to icing, freezing rain and sleet. You know, when it comes to that stuff, we're extra cautious when we come to issuing advisories, meaning advisories are issued just like that. If there's any chance of anything frozen on the ground, especially in those southern cities, even in the northern cities, it really doesn't take much before we have a winter weather advisory. So that's all going on for the Texas area, portions of northern Texas. The cold air is spilling in. Again, the real cold air is going to push this cold air out and push in the real cold air that comes into Texas later on today, into tonight. And I'm sure there is a severe weather outbreak expected somewhere ahead of that front. And I know there's major things we have not covered. If they come to me within the next 10 seconds, we will cover them. But if they don't, then we will call it a day. So the first Santa Ana winds of the season hit Los Angeles for today. Into this week. Usually those are sunny, warm, dry winds that occur in that part of the country. We also want to point out that every single state will be experiencing freezing temperatures except for one this week. That one state is going to be Florida. All the other states experiencing freezing temperatures. This is especially true for the beginning of this week. Thank you for listening. I wish everybody a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. You've been listening to Weather with Enthusiasm. This podcast can be found on almost every platform where podcasts are available. Special guest on our show. What is your name?
Sweden.
Temperatures going into the low hundreds for the next 3 days.
Holy cow!
We're going from one extreme to the next extreme. Several additional feet of snow is expected by Monday morning.
Yes!
Recorded temperatures during heat bursts have reached well above 104 degrees. We're going from one extreme to the next extreme. Feet of snow are falling in Japan.
Oh my gosh.
Just Google weather with enthusiasm and they're all going to come up.
For thunder and for lightning and the rainbow in the sky. For mountains and for oceans or a river running by.
Feet of snow are falling in Japan.
Oh my gosh.
Just Google weather with enthusiasm and they're all going to come up.
For thunder and for lightning and the rainbow in the sky. For mountains and for oceans or a river running by.